how to optimize your listing on Amazon, specifically SEO, how to do keyword research, how to find the right keywords to target with the highest SEO values, how to build your title, your bullet points, and your backend search terms to have the highest SEO value amongst all of your competitors. In this video, I will be showing you that step by step. Actually, I'm lying. I won't be showing you that step by step. Brandon Young, the founder of Data Dive, aka the master of SEO on Amazon, will be showing you that step by step. I'm joined by Brandon. If you guys don't know Brandon, go look him up. He created Data Dive, which is, in my opinion, the best Amazon SEO software out there. And in this video, he's going to show you step by step how to do this SEO optimization. I used to do it with tools like Helium 10 and Jungle Scout in the past. However, the whole reason why Brandon created this software is because it takes a lot of the manual work and does it in a super effective, efficient way and gives you a value for SEO. So you can literally compare and say, okay, my SEO value is like 1.2 million. My competitor is 1.8 million. I still need to keep SEO optimizing until I can beat my competitor. So we're going to jump in the screen. Brandon's going to show everything, screen share. Brandon, thank you for doing this, man. And how's it going?
Dude, good to see you, man. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah. I'd love to kind of do a step-by-step instructional. I want you to treat me as someone who's never worked in Data Dive, never done any SEO optimization. Share your screen and let's get started with, just a simple keyword search and our product, right? So the product that we chose for this video is actually Hilary Duff's brand. One of our clients. It's an incredible air fragrance. It's like, the air freshener you put in your house. It's fully natural, organic. I believe this product is an amazing product. It's clearly differentiated on the market through looks and through it being natural and not like harmful chemical fragrances. So just show us step by step what we should be doing to optimize, like do the keyword research and optimize the SEO.
Yeah, absolutely. So this product's pretty phenomenal. It has a celebrity attached to it. Now you've done it looks like pretty good job up to now, but what we're going to do is we're going to really dig in and we're going to see the most important question I'm always trying to answer, which is how are the current sellers getting their sales? So what does the demand look like for a product? How many different ways are people searching for the same product? And then how do we make sure that we maximize our rank potential for all of those keywords? So notice how I said rank potential, because a lot of times people think as soon as you write your listing, you're going to rank, but you have to have a combination of performance times that relevancy in order to rank. And the first step is to make sure that you write your listing, you put the keywords in the right order, the right match type in the right places in your listing in order to maximize that rank potential. And then you need a listing that's going to perform. So gorgeous imagery here, knowing what the product does, some keywords in the image, absolutely phenomenal looking image. And then we're going to tear down what are the competitors against this image doing potentially better or worse, and what can we do on this listing. So let's go in and tear into the data here. One of the things that we just released into beta, Mina, which you might not even know, is this new button called Niche Dive. And what we've done is we've written an algorithm, several algorithms actually, to go scour Amazon to find what we consider, the software considers to be the best selling competitors to a product. So this is a challenge because, first of all, there are a lot of different subcategories that products can fall under. So sometimes people are purposely putting their products under different subcategories to try to get an advantage. And that can hurt your indexing sometimes because Amazon will map keywords to different subcategories. So if you think you're getting slick and you're trying to be a bestseller because you're going to put it in a category that's easier to get a bestseller badge, sometimes you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your ability to rank for those keywords. But what we're trying to do is we're going to look at several keywords, and then that's an issue too. If you try to find the best sellers of a product with only one keyword, a lot of times there are a lot of good sellers that are getting their sales from other keywords that are not ranked well for that keyword. And that becomes an issue because then you're missing out on their data. So really, in order to seed and pull the data from the best sellers, you got to look in many different places. For this one, I'm going to showcase our new tool, which is going to go and discover the best competitors across many different keywords, several subcategories, and it's going to pull them in. And you can see it almost instantly went and found all of these sellers and then even selected them for us. And it's got the top 15 selected. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I might select more than 15. I'm going to make sure that these, and then we have our fit score that we've come up with, which is, trademark pending. We're working on that as well. Well, I need your help here, Mina. I want to make sure that all of these guys are kind of competitors. This is a diffuser that just plugs directly in.
Yeah, this plugs into the wall. So it has to be something that plugs into the wall, into electricity. If it's like one of those ones like you connect and it diffuses the oils, that's not a direct competitor. We're looking for like, the, what is it, Airwick type of plug it into the wall. So this one wouldn't be applicable.
Okay, so this one just sits upright. So we don't want that.
No, we want plug into the wall only.
Okay, so that's a really good point about how this works as well, which is diffuser is such a big type of category that there are several niches within the diffuser niche. And so there's those sub niches. And so what the software is going to do is probably go give you that broad niche of diffusers. But what you need to do is go in and I recommend when you're first analyzing to do a product, or you want to know how does the overall market look and how does your sub niche fit within the larger niche, you do a dive for that. But when you want to do your straight optimization to become the best of the sub niche, what you need to do is go do a dive with only those guys that are in the sub niche. So what we're going to do today is we're only going to do the plugin ones, like you just said. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to undo all of these guys that don't plug in.
Yeah, and while you do that, Brandon, I just want to kind of explain this in a simpler terms. The goal of when we're doing this SEO optimization is we're trying to identify which keywords our competitors making money and ranking on, so we can make money and rank on those too. So to do that, we, number one, identify those competitors, the ones that are relevant to us. And then number two, the software, Data Dive, or other softwares like Jungle Scout and Helium 10 that have like the reverse ASIN lookup, they are then going to choose those competitors and then pull and extract the search terms that they're ranking for, and then kind of like display it. And so the goal is for us to, number one, identify direct competitors, and then number two, get what keywords they're ranking for. Now, that step number one is very important, because if I'm selling an electrolyte powder, and I start going like gray line into other products that might be an amino acid with hydration and stuff like that, I might start getting irrelevant terms, or terms that are maybe too broad. Like if someone's typing in amino acids, this product has amino acid and hydration, but someone typing in amino acids is not looking for hydration, versus someone typing for hydration or electrolytes is looking for it. So you want to make sure that you pick the most relevant terms. And again, like, no software is perfect. So if you do the niche dive and you're like, you know what, let me double check, you can just go type in that main keyword that's most relevant. So plug in air diffuser, something like that, and then go and cross check the competitors and make sure.
Yeah, not only that,
it's working.
That's a really great point there, Mina. And what I can do is, since I've got these guys selected, right, by fit score, another thing that we allow you to do is that you can add these guys to your tray. So we can just put them and store them and then go look for other places to add to tray. So if you want to do that to make sure that this is super thorough, this is your tray button. And then what you'll see is that these guys are just sitting here waiting for you to do your dive from the tray. So that's great that you brought that up too, because we do want to maybe go double check to make sure that this is thorough. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go search that other keyword that you just mentioned as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I'm going to search all departments. So top sponsored spot, sponsored number one. That's pretty good. And you'll see here that you've got it. We've already got it in the tray. And we don't have this one in the tray, but this is a standalone. It's not a plugin, right? It does say nanotechnology plug-in oil diffuser, though.
Yeah, it could potentially be that they mean like plug it into the wall. I don't know. Or maybe this is a plugin, but it looks too big and bulky. I'm trying to go for like direct competition, right? Which is like the OG classic. You buy
something like this one,
a Target. Yeah, like that one.
Okay. So if you see any that are good, then we can just add them. So like these are already in the tray. This is Glade, so that's not going to be what we want.
You don't think we should add Febreze, Glade, those ones?
So to me, these aren't oil diffusers. These are more just for scent, right? These are just more for smelling.
In my opinion, our product was designed to compete with these guys. They're air diffusers, but they're very harmful chemicals.
I have left them off before. So what I'll do is I'm going to bring them back in. This is called our dive box. This is basically where you're getting all the information for who's on this page. I'm going to load page 2. So we get those, and it sorts it by sales automatically. Now you think Febreze is also a competitor because they have the plugin, right?
Febreze is definitely a direct competitor. Like that's kind of probably the big player. Febreze, Glade, and Airwick are the top 3 big players.
All right. Now this one is for house cats. Specifically, they're marketing a niche of pet owners. Not a very good rating. I like the idea of that sub niche as a variation for you, and we can see how big those keywords are. I recommend adding them because I want to see how this guy's getting his sales. He's making 20,000 sales a month. So 700 sales a day, basically targeting, this cat niche with his branding. And so what is a possibility is that you do a variation where all the branding is for cat owners, right? And then you do another variation where all the branding is for dog owners. And then those become funnels into your listing. And then you really crush it because your conversion rate will go much higher. When they see that they want it for their cat because they own smelly cats, then, and all your branding is cat and your keywords are cat, they're more likely to convert on it, right? So let's go ahead and do our dive. We go over here to the ASIN tray and we're going to create a new, and we're going to do plug in diffuser. We're going to name it. Now, if you already had it and now you're just rediving it, you would just select so you can override. There's several ways to do that. But once we choose dive, what our software is doing, what Data Dive is doing now is going and taking all of the data from each of these sellers, reverse engineering how they're getting their sales, what keywords they're ranked well for, and then it's going to aggregate all of that information into some really helpful tools. Now, this whole process takes 30 to 60 seconds max, but you'll be surprised at all of the data that you get once you basically reverse engineer their success.
Love it. Love it.
All right. So it's already pulled it up. And let me walk you through what we're looking at over here. So the first thing is that we have all 19 of the competitors that we chose. And what we can do is we can pin the one that we want that's ours, that we really want to compare everything to. So we're going to go over here and find us, and we're going to hit this little pin. Now, because it naturally sorts it by sales, number of units. And you can also change how you want the list sorted now. So this is all new features of how you can share the master keyword list. So this is our master keyword list. We've got the main focus of our product here. We've got all of the competitors we chose, and then we've got a bunch of information about them. So let me pull this down and show you. We've basically got the number of variations they have, which is super important because variation strategies are incredibly important for maximizing your conversion rates and maybe making sure that you're giving the shopper a lot of options so that they don't bounce off your page. We've got outlier search volume. So what this means is that there are keywords that are not on this list. There are 96 keywords here that we've identified as being really relevant that are driving sales. And these outlier keywords and search volume mean that these competitors are getting sales from keywords that only them and maybe one other guy are taking advantage of. So we're going to want to dig into those and see if there's gold there for us to harvest. And we're looking at, how we rate these sellers based on their ability to rank on the search volume on this master keyword list. So we're seeing that this first one is showing as very weak despite being ranked really well for all of these highly relevant keywords. And I'm thinking that might be because of once we sort by search volume, we're seeing that there are several big keywords here that they are not ranked well for. So if you look at the green, it means not indexed. And not indexed means they're not on the first, so maybe 4, 5, or 6 pages, right? So there's an issue with maybe the way the listing was written, and we can write it in a way to start immediately getting some rank for some of these. Now, and you'll see that Febreze is doing a good job where they're very strong. They're ranked for almost all of these keywords, especially the big ones. And so that's why they've got significant amount of sales. They've also got that outlier search volume. So essentially what we're doing is we're breaking down thousands of keywords into 4 buckets for you. And those 4 buckets are, the first bucket is going to be the trash bin. You don't even see it here. You don't need to worry about it. Basically, none of these sellers are ranked in the first couple pages of any of those keywords, so they're not relevant. They're not driving sales for any of the best sellers of a niche, so you don't need to worry about them. The other bucket is the one I just explained, which is the one that we've curated for you, which is this master keyword list. This is going to be the ones with at least a certain amount of search volume, probably 450 search volume minimum per month, and a high enough relevancy, at least 30% relevancy, which means at least 30% of these competitors that we chose that have a lot of sales are ranked on the first page. That means that it's driving sales for those, at least 30% of these competitors, which means it's probably pretty relevant. Now, the more sellers of the niche that you chose that are ranked on the first page, the more relevant that keyword has to be, right? That's a very simple logic that we follow. Now, we have the outliers, which is, again, these are high search volume, keywords with at least 2,000 search volume with a lower relevancy, so under 30%. So only 1, 2, maybe 3 of these guys, it looks like 4 of these 19 sellers are on the first page. But look at this, plug-in air freshener. Now, we're a diffuser, we're talking about the oils. Do you consider air freshener a good root word or way of calling what we're selling with the below 60 brand?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a very relevant search term, very relevant.
So what I'm going to do is I want to find air freshener here, right? I'm just going to type air fresh. And you'll see here that in my master keyword list, there are 24 keywords with air fresh. I just put fresh for short, but it's pulling up all the air freshener keywords. There are 72 keywords in the outlier keywords, 497 keywords in the residue keywords, which is the rest of the buckets, under 2,000 search volume and under that, that lower relevancy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much pull all of these for now over to the master keyword list because they're relevant. You just said they're relevant. Let's pull them over. This is how these guys are winning. We want to win too. So best air fresheners for home, plug-in air fresheners for home, air fresheners for home, long lasting. This is 280,000 search volume, just this keyword. And, this below 60 brand is barely indexed or not indexed at all for almost all these air freshener keywords, but they are indexed for hotel air fresheners for home. Oddly enough, somehow they're getting some indexing for the hotel version of this keyword, but not for the others. So we got to investigate that. And then you could see that they're not here at all. Now,
Wow.
We're not an HVAC air freshener, I don't think. Do we have an HVAC function?
Nope.
Outdoor? We're not outdoor, right?
Nope. Yeah.
We're not Yara. We're not watermelon, but we could be, right? Do we have scented?
We do have scents, yeah, but I don't think any of them are watermelon.
Now, that's a super interesting thing. So I think that with this business model, I don't know, do you make money by a subscribe and save into the different scents?
Absolutely.
Or like that replenishment?
That's the whole business model. You buy, it's not that expensive of a plugin, but it's beautiful looking. And then the model is that you're going to keep buying these plugins to
Absolutely.
freshen the house.
So this is what I love about looking at the data of keywords. I just found out that people are looking for watermelon 2,000 times a month. But if I go back over here and I search for watermelon or strawberry or cherry or a type of flower, right? I'm going to find out how many different keywords there are that are specific to those scents. And then that can drive my development of those scents. Because if I didn't have one and a lot of people are searching for it, that's a clear indication I need to add it, right? So this is when you start to dive in. Here's vanilla as well. Do you have, you know, vanilla?
We have vanilla.
Yeah. So maybe we want to bring vanilla over for now. And that's going to be something that we do later. But we'll just kind of take that out. Closet. It doesn't really go in the closet. It's not for the car. It's not Glade. Glade isn't something we have to get rid of. We're not Gain. Fresh linen is probably a scent. It's not for the AC. It's not for the desk.
It's pet friendly. For sure. Pet safe.
Yeah. Industrial, maybe not industrial, not HVAC. It is pet friendly. It could go in your bathroom, but it's probably the smaller ones are not for, for the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
We're not Febreze. We're really going in automatic bathroom, Febreze, small room, whole room, home. We are non-toxic, but that's a keyword you got to be careful using. Lavender is another scent. We'll get to the scents later. Whole house, air fresheners, small spaces. Okay, for office, for large spaces, room scents, bedroom, air freshener. So you've got everywhere they go. You got the hotel, the home. I love this product because of how many different keywords there are, because we're really good at finding keywords. I love products that we can go into where we have to specifically write our listing in a way to index for all these different things. So this is such a great product for users of Data Dive. So I think we're good. Let's move these 53 keywords over, and it's going to drastically change that master keyword list now.
How do you move it over?
I just, when I selected it, there was a pop-up here and it said move these keywords over. I can show you again from the residue. I just want to get some of these big ones. Plug-in air fresheners for home is massive, 120,000 search volume with a low relevancy.
Yeah, plug-in air freshener, also home air freshener. All of these are amazing.
So we're in the long tail keywords now. So we're just gonna add these, and then we can go and we can add more later. But there's other flavors here too, or scents: eucalyptus, lavender, and then that really drives this business when we really understand. So if we come over here to the MKL again, now we've got the master keyword list with all these different search terms that we've brought over in addition to what we had before. You could see here it's marked as outlier, but you see these search volumes. And what we do also is we break down all these keywords into repeated words and phrases. So we want to know the search frequency. That's really important, right? How many times are people searching certain repeated words and phrases? Now, this data is super important because it literally lets us know what we should be prioritizing, how we position the product based on how people are searching and how our product fits that niche. So what I'm looking for are what I call relevant routes. Relevant routes are going to be keywords that are basically searchable for your product. So if I were to search this root word, plug air, and would my product show up? Not really, right? But plug air freshener, for sure. And I think that the in is being removed from plug in because we normalized the root. Plug in air freshener home. Big keywords here. Diffuser, I would probably say is pretty relevant, but scent diffuser home, freshness, plug. Again, we have a ton of roots here. I love it. What makes something automatic?
I think automatic is that it like works on its own. So I think some of the ones that are like on the countertop, right, where they will automatically just spray every now and then, that's the one I think they're talking about. Or sometimes you plug them in the bathroom and then it just, every like certain amount of time it sprays a little bit of air freshener. So I think automatic is different than plug-in. I think plug-in, you plug it into the wall, automatic sits down and then automatically sprays.
Awesome.
So what are we doing here in terms of like selecting the routes? Like what's the goal?
Now, what I'm doing here is I'm kind of evaluating. As I select them, I'm remembering in my mind and I'm marking the different ways people are searching for this product. Because there are 94 keywords, right, in the master keyword list that we just combined a bunch of relevant keywords to that have the word air freshener in them or the phrase air freshener in it, right? With 950,000 search volume. But there's also plug-in air freshener for home. There's also diffuser for home, scent diffuser, right? So there's these different ways people are looking. So this is giving me an idea of how to position this product, how to, what keywords are going to be important based on search frequency and broad search volume.
Yeah, if we right off the bat just did air freshener or plug-in air freshener for home, scent diffuser, that alone would capture like a massive amount of a search volume.
Right, as far as roots go, for sure.
Yeah.
So we're gonna when we go into the SEO part, we're gonna go look at the listing builder, because right now, after I see that, now I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna see what are we missing. Right, we have green here. Green is our opportunity. It's our opportunity to improve our listing, or if it's a competitor and it's green, it's our opportunity to beat them, right? So, red is bad, right? Like, because like there's nothing, like they're crushing us here. They're number 1, number 2, number 4. Febreze is just a killer, right? Obviously massive. Now, even the best sellers are not doing a great job, right? So this is automatic air freshener spray. We're not a spray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to where I remove the keywords that are not relevant.
That's like an exclusion list, right?
Yeah. So this is our excluded. Now I'm removing them as phrases, which means it's going to get all of the keywords that have the phrase I'm removing. So there are 20 keywords with 500,000 search volume with Febreze. Now, what that tells me, though, is why they're number 2 and significantly more sales than the next guy. Is because they have 38 variations. They have 58,000 search volume just for their brand name. They've got 1.3 million search volume in outliers, right? So the story makes sense. Why are they by far the best seller? Because they're ranked well for more keywords with more search volume, and people are specifically looking for their brand with a lot of search volume. That makes sense to me now. So why is this guy the third best seller, though, right? Who is Feelaway? Well, they have 800,000 in search volume. Remember, they position themselves specifically for cats. Now, you can tell that they're not doing a good job on this master keyword list either. So if we look at this master keyword list, they're only ranked on diffuser plugin number 11, basically one keyword, and then plugin diffuser, they're 21. So they're not good. They're getting all their sales from these outlier keywords because we want to see where are they getting their sales. That's always the question you're asking. Where are these competitors getting their sales? Can I duplicate that success? Can I also rank for them? So I'm going to go back over here to the outlier keywords, and I'm going to find out where Feelaway is getting their sales. And once I search, look at this, number one, and it's cat calming. Feelaway, they have branded search. Feelaway, they have branded search. Pheromone diffuser, cat diffuser. Now, pheromones are what the cat sprays, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it has to do something with like for calming cats, or I think
Okay.
there must be some reason why you would spray pheromones. It's like it will, make
Yeah.
a cat relaxed. Yeah.
And then there's Therapet, pet, cat calm. So basically, all of the sales from this guy are coming from something that is basically marketed towards cats. Now, what does that mean for below 60? That means that if I wanted to, and now they're only $20 and we're selling a $60 product, so it's going to be tough to compete anyway. But what's amazing is that look at this search volume for just cat calming diffuser. So the pheromones must be, I guess, to calm the cat specifically. But Feelaway owns this, right? They have multiple listings. And then you've got a comfort zone. You've got a whole market here of people that are marketing their stuff to cats. Now you've got a major brand you're marketing and you've got a celebrity. If your celebrity happens to own cats, or if your celebrity has friends who owns cats and they want to compete in this market and go after this, they can just simply add a variation to go after this same exact market and bring in a ton of additional search volume and sales into their listing. So we have one variation. Now we need, we're looking at how can we add more colors, more styles, more branding in order to bring in more traffic into our listing. This would be a good strategy. For now, what we might do though, since we're going to table this idea and we're not getting any usable data from this guy outside of these outliers, we might just remove this guy from the master keyword list altogether.
Yeah, we should.
So what I'm going to do is
a competitor to us.
Yeah, so I'm going to just check this box and I'm going to exclude them. Now that's going to recalculate all of our math here in our algorithm so that you're basically, it's recalculating the niche for us, right? And we've got them here as well, so we'll take them out here as well. And that gives us a good opportunity. I mean, we've got Airwick a bunch of times, we've got Febreze and Glade. Are we sure that all these other guys are competitors?
Yeah. I think they all look pretty relevant, yeah.
Okay, great. Now, we've got some of these other sellers that are doing a pretty good job for number of units that they're moving, right? We're moving over 10 a day, 10 to 15 a day. And even these other more expensive products, $149, $68, $48. So in our price range, $61, $50, they're selling 2,000 units. So they're selling 70 units a day. They're selling, significantly more units than us, 85 units a day. And this one's selling 140 units a day for Capri Blue. So how are they getting their sales? So let's look at the master keyword list. This is a more expensive product. Pura. Is that a brand name? Pure air freshener. Oh, Pura. This is the brand, Pura.
Oh, Pura. Okay. Never mind then.
But so this is funny. Capri Blue is outranking this guy's brand, but 1,800 search volume is nothing, But Pure air freshener came in, and you can use Pura because Pura is the brand, right? You're not going to get as much strength, but people are searching for it.
I mean, they're crushing for plugin diffuser, right? 6,000 searches a month. They're very highly ranked for plugin diffuser. So
absolutely, and we're number 5, right?
Yeah.
But we don't have Pure air freshener. Like, we got to see. Pure might be in our listing because we're at least indexed for a keyword that has Pure in it, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not close enough together to where Amazon thinks it's super relevant, is what I'm gathering. So this guy's getting his sales from these sets of keywords here, plus 382,000 outlier search volume again. So what are these outlier keywords that they're crushing on that we need to go look at? So if we go over here, we can see that Capri Blue, Pura Diffuser, and Pura, the name brand. So these guys, remember the Pura brand, Their Capri Blue is just doing a really good job of, oh, it is owned by Pura.
Oh, that's why.
Okay.
This is their brand name, I guess.
This is a sub-brand Capri Blue, but it is Pura. Okay.
Makes a
So
lot of
that makes
sense now.
sense. So they've got a ton, again, of branded search volume. So what I want to know is why is this guy getting branded search? This is typically why it happens. One, it's a major brand that's sold in retail. So people know it. They bought it at a store like Target or Walmart or wherever they shop. And now they're going on Amazon to go search for it, right? And they're updating it. Like it goes bad after a while. Maybe they're updating it. They're getting a new one. They're comparison shopping, and you're getting all this search volume. The other reason is it could be a celebrity brand or a D2C brand. Maybe they're advertising on social media. Maybe they're advertising on TikTok. Now, what that does is a certain percentage of people don't trust those ads or don't trust Shopify or don't trust TikTok to shop on it. So what they do is they go to Amazon and they search for the brand name. That's where you get this branded search from, is usually those places.
Exactly.
Now, how do we duplicate that? Well, off Amazon marketing, getting into retail stores, TikTok shop, running ads to your own website, right? And then seeing that halo effect on Amazon. But it means that we can't compete with this guy right now because we can't get these sales. These are all of his sales with, Capri Blue and Pura. But we can get Smart Diffuser, right?
Yeah. And TikTok shop is a great strategy. We actually, for this client, started running their TikTok shop, and we're obviously gonna heavily leverage like the storytelling aspect of like, this is Hilary Duff's brand, no one knows about it, kind of create some hype. And I know a lot of people are gonna see the videos. Not everyone's gonna convert on TikTok shop. Probably 90% won't, and then they'll all go and look for below 60 brand name, and that will start driving up our brand equity. So if anyone is considering TikTok shop, I definitely think you should start now, because it builds your brand equity, which in turn you can see what it's doing for Pura. And obviously Febreze and Glade, they seem like very far-fetched, but no one's ever heard of Pura, and they're probably doing something similar with D2C and just running a lot of Facebook ads or TikTok shop.
Absolutely. And you could see that they've got, if you just look at their revenue every month from these listings, 292,000, 108,000, 87,000, 11,000. So just these 4 listings that we chose, you're looking at $500,000 a month. That's a $6 million brand with 4 SKUs, or not 4 SKUs, but 4 listings. And then they've got 2 variations, 1 variation, 7 variations, 1 variation. So, $6 million brand with basically just in this one niche, and they're driving a lot of these sales probably from social media or however they're doing it. And the margins seem good. They're not, they're charging a decent amount, $68, $48. Their number one seller is their most expensive one.
Love it. All right, man, let's get into now the title and SEO optimization, like SEO optimization of the title, SEO optimization of the bullet points. This has been really, really a good guide, a very thorough guide on like, okay, it's so important to build your master keyword list. Spend a little bit of time on it. I mean, we did a very thorough job on this video, so you can spend definitely more being a little bit more detailed, but this is great, right? Like, don't rush the process. Make sure you have all the keywords, because those outliers, those roots, all of that stuff really help in adding value. And then I think this is the easy part, right? Let's SEO optimize the title.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our big tool and our advantage, is that now we've written an algorithm, because we know Amazon's algorithm probably better than anyone still working at Amazon that worked on the algorithm. So we understand that Amazon values match type. They value where you put the keyword in your listing. And then we have our way of taking these keywords and prioritizing them in a way that tells you what is the best way to write your listing to maximize that rank potential. And so we're going to jump over to our listing builder. And like you said, I can't emphasize this enough. Spend some time to clean up this master keyword list to make sure that it is refined, because this list is going to be what you use to write your listing. This list is going to be what you use to launch your product and your ad campaigns, your PPC. This list is going to be the list that you track when you're tracking your progress. So spending a little bit of time to really refine this is super important. Now, if you're looking to potentially do this product, let's say that we didn't have this product, we're just analyzing the niche and the risk and the opportunity, you know, you don't necessarily need to spend as much time cleaning up the list before you run over and you do a product scorecard to evaluate the risk. Like, we have that ability. You don't need to necessarily clean it up before you do an AI product brief, which is our tool that goes and reads, like, we have AI that goes and reads all the reviews from the competitors and the listings and comes back and tells you how to make a better product, right? You don't need to necessarily spend all that time for a potential product yet. But when we're optimizing, you've got to be on point with the data and your master keyword list. And that's super important. So we've done that. I'm satisfied that we've got a pretty good list. We've brought over a lot of keywords over. Let's go over to the listing builder and spend some time and do this. Now, this is what we've done with our scorecard over here. We've got our ranking juice. And I'm going to pay attention to the title the most because it's the most important. And what's interesting is you've got Fabrice here. Fabrice's account may or may not be managed by an agency that is a data dive user. I can neither confirm nor deny that. And you'll see here that there's a reason that they are smashing when it comes to the optimization. And when you saw the master keyword list, they were ranked and indexed for almost everything, right? That is no accident, right? They know what they're doing with finding keywords, with writing the listing properly, which is rare for a big brand. Most big brands on Amazon have an internal person that kind of just threw it up there, or they're letting Amazon do it as in 1P. And 1P is not that good at Amazon. So much to say, like the internal people managing Amazon brands, you don't want them doing it most of the time, because someone like Mina, who's an expert, or someone using Data Dive that can see the data, they're going to absolutely kill those guys, 9 out of 10 times. So outside of that branded search that we talked about, that name recognition and that branded search, most of those major brands just rely on that branded search. They don't take advantage of all those other keywords. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to see that you got 1.9 million as far as that. Now, if you look over here and you've got your title, your bullets, this is how you can write your listing, your description, and your generic keywords. And these are our keywords from our master keyword list. And then you'll see that we've got our search volume, our relevancy, and then what we call our ranking juice. This is how important this is for ranking. And then we have those roots that we talked about earlier. So we've got air fresheners, and we've got air freshener, plug air fresheners, like plug-in diffusers. We've got all of that. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to hit a button that says optimize. I want to mathematically write this listing to stuff the keywords that need to go where they go in order to maximize our ranking juice. And what I'm going to do is I'm only going to write 80%, 160 characters. I want 40 characters to make it more readable and to add the brand name and to kind of change it a little bit. I don't want to stuff it too much. So 80% seems to be a good starting point, but sometimes that's even too much. But let's start with 80. And then I'm only going to do 30% or 75 characters in the bullets. What this is basically going to do is it's going to tell Data Dive, give me 1 or 2 keywords or search terms that you want to put into the bullets. And then let's write that so it sounds good, so that it connects with the buyer. It talks about the benefit to the buyer. That's where the AI is going to come in and write that bullet for you, so that it's the typical or the benefit to that buyer that's looking for it. And we're going to just hit optimize. And as you can see, within a split second, literally a split second, we're now at 2.291 million ranking juice versus Fabrice at 1.9. We're nearly 3 times as much ranking potential as the third guy, right? And immediately you can see this is T for title, B for bullets, D for description. Green circle means it's an exact match. So let's pull this up, and you can see that we've got a bunch of exact matches in our title, a bunch of exact matches in our bullets. We've got, if it's got a circle in it, it means that it's a plural match. So we've already got, if it's the plural, we've got the singular. And then you've got all of these air fresheners here, or all the roots here. You can see that how many different times we are covering it in our title and bullets. Now, this is super important to know as well. If you write the same root word or word more than 2 times in your listing, you will hurt your ability to rank for it. Amazon has programmed into their ranking algorithm a protection against keyword stuffing. And what happened, the reason that they did it is because I remember in 2015, 2016, back in the day, you used to be able to just write the same keyword a bunch of times in your listing and you would have a higher tendency to rank for it. It would actually accumulate your ranking potential or your ranking juice. They had to protect against that because people were abusing that. So now what they do is they actually deduct credit or remove credit for ranking if they see the same word more than 2 or 3 times. So you don't want to see a relevant root. Air fresheners, you want to rank for air fresheners, right? 3 and 4 is too many. So we need to go through there and probably prioritize and maybe rewrite this a little bit, right? So it's not always going to be aware of that. But if it's something like home, I don't care if it's 4 times. I'm not trying to rank for home, right? The word home, if I go search for home, I don't care if I show up for that. That's not, people aren't searching just for home to find my product. What they're doing is if I click on home, now I'm going to see all the keywords with home in it that they're searching for. Air fresheners for home, plug-in air fresheners for home. So fresheners for home is a root word that's used a few times that I got to be careful. Air fresheners for home, long lasting, right? So I'm hurting my ability to maybe rank for these 4 keywords because they all have that same root in them. So I've got to be careful. I don't want to use them all necessarily. So that's where you get into it's an art and a science, and you got to go in and kind of optimize from there. So that's a really advanced SEO discussion that may have bored the hell out of you. It might go over your head. It might be super useful for you. So I don't know who the audience is that's watching this, but you should kind of know how Amazon works at a very high level so that you can maximize your returns in your SEO.
Love it, dude. Love it. Now, let's read that 2.2 million. Click of a button. We went from 570K to 2.2 million, which I know is going to significantly help. The beautiful thing, while you're doing this, you showed me that not only are we not indexing for a lot of keywords that we should be indexing for, but also we're probably not running ads for those keywords. So first, I'm going to run all those keywords in my SEO, start indexing for them, and then slowly start running ads on every single one. We actually are spending 300-ish a day when we should be spending 1,000 a day, but like we feel like we've been getting stuck, and it's probably because we've been using the word diffuser and not freshener enough. And so this has been very eye-opening. If we read the title, it says plug-in air fresheners for home, scent diffuser for home, air freshener, room air for freshener plugin, air freshener for home, long lasting. Now we can add below 60. We can add some other stuff like all natural, that keyword like all natural or organic or something like that. Adding those in there, that's definitely going to help, right? Because people want to see that it's natural. That's one of the biggest competitive advantages.
And that's going to give us this broad match, right? So we'll get some credit here, some nice ranking juice, because we do have air fresheners near it within a few words, so it's okay. It's not ideal, right? A broad match is like the lowest type of match. It means that the words are around each other and out of order. So the way that you get the most credit is an exact match, and then it's a plural match, and then it's a phrase match, and then it's a broad match. So you're getting less credit each way down the way. And then the lowest would even be a plural broad match, not even like hitting the right plural or singular on the broad match.
Amazing, amazing. Now, let's just do the bullet points one more time for everyone, and then we can go quickly over the backend search terms after that. But this has been, pretty thorough, right? Like, I think everyone has now a good understanding of how to do this. Whatever Data Dive is going to spit out, this is, it's just doing 80% of the work for you, right? You still have 20% of the work where you have to read it. You have to be aware of like what matters, what should what kind of like differentiation that might not be important for SEO but might be important for someone reading it. Like maybe MMA nutrition's example, like the flavor, that might not be a big SEO keyword, but it's important to put in the title because people are like, what's the flavor? Oh, blue raz. Oh, mango pineapple. Oh, unflavored. Got it. So these are just some instances where you have to do a little bit additional work. But as you can see, from a pure SEO standpoint, we took the listing from 570K SEO value to 2.2 million, which is a significant improvement. We're now the number one.
Absolutely. Now, a big caveat to this, right, that is super important is that if you've already got a lot of things going on, you've already launched your listing, you're doing some things right, you don't want to go in and just change the entire listing or the title. What you're going to force Amazon to do at that point is re-index you, and you're going to lose what you've already done right. So what I recommend doing is that you're going to take a more scalpel approach to it. You're going to go find the one root word or keyword or search term that you want to try to index and rank for, and just put that one in there. Put it towards the beginning of the title. Like if you found a root that had 10 keywords and a bunch of search volume, and you neglected it and you weren't indexed for it. Pick one of those keywords or search terms that has that root in it. Put that in the beginning of your title to establish that indexing and that ranking, but don't change the rest of the title. Like take something out of the title that won't matter. Make sure you put it somewhere else. But if you only do one word or one search term, you're going to be okay.
Can you do me a favor,
doesn't
Brandon?
go well.
Sorry, can you do me a favor? Can you copy the title that I put in the chat? That is the original title right now. Let's plug it back in and let's try and change.
This one is it this one here?
Yeah, it's that one.
So you can just copy it. So okay,
perfect.
So I'll copy it over, and let's take a look at how this one's doing right now, right? So if we look at this, we've got 121,000 ranking juice, and if we look at all these air freshener keywords we brought over, which, we got to see how we convert on air freshener as a root, right? Because you've been doing diffuser, you've been doing all this stuff. We see that it's being taken advantage of by these other big sellers, and we can go verify that on the MKL. So if these other guys like Pura and these other guys are doing well on it, it's an open game for us, I would think. Yeah, let me clear the data.
But I'm trying to think, like, try in the title, just adding as the first part of the title, plug in air freshener for home, and let's see, it's gonna go from 121 to how much? Just like right after below 60, add the word, add it, not like replace it, but add plug in air freshener for home.
Yeah, and then we can do essential oil fragrance diffuser. That's a keyword that I didn't see anywhere.
Yeah,
I want to go. I want to go find it.
That can be kind of moved or put somewhere else.
Let me go find it, right? So we do have essential oil diffuser. The best essential oil, let's see outlier keywords. Let's sort by search volume. This is a lot, right? So we didn't bring all these essential oils over, which I think is super important. Let's at least bring this one over. It's 61,000. Yeah, so again, this is the importance of making sure that we've got cordless mini diffuser for essential oils, battery operated, essential, mini essential. Did I miss one? Any of up here?
I think that's
waterless good. Essential oil diffuser. Is this waterless?
Waterless. It is waterless. Yeah.
That's a big one. And you can go search. So we have this button right here. We can go look at Amazon really quickly to see what they mean by waterless. But this is your market, 100%. Lavender again. We've got mini essential and then essential oil diffuser waterless. Okay, no water. So let's add these over, and then this is going to change our entire game real quick. So let's go back over here to the master keyword list changed. We're going to clear this data. Let's put your title back in there. So we've got your diffusers for, for essential oils. Okay. And then I'll get rid of, there we go. Now we're over. You have these things stuffed at the end.
Yeah. Those ones
we can just get rid of that. And now let's see our score. We're at 240,000, so we doubled. But that's a major change already.
We've doubled, but we're very far from the top, right? And so that is the scapula approach that you were talking about, which is let's slowly optimize each one, right. And let's try and get it from 120 to 240 to 500 to 700, and you can do this over the course of time in a more exact way, right? Versus refreshing the entire listing.
Yeah, we're at 400,000. I had misspelled it. I'm sorry. But okay. Yeah, not to cut you off. I know what you're saying. Like, we're not gonna go from 200,000 to 2 million. That's the wrong approach. Like you're saying, I was looking for essential oils. Now what you're seeing here, like you said, I thought we added air fresheners for home in the beginning.
Yeah, plug in air fresheners for home.
Oh, freshener. Okay. I misspelled it again.
That's why, dude. We're probably gonna go up to like a lot more because you.
Yeah. I misspelled it again. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Look at that.
1.6 million.
Boom.
And we just added one word, right? Plug in air freshener for home. We're at 1.6, second place.
Yeah. And I fixed the essential oils keyword. So I fixed I took the essential oils keyword that was there. That was not a lot of search volume. I'm still using the root of essential oils, but I'm using a better keyword for essential oils. And now we're hitting a root that we never hit.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to give you this title.
Oh yeah, please do.
And then we can go in and see. Now you can see we've got a broad match, or a plural match, exact match. Now we're still missing fresheners, right, as a root. The plural is important, right? So that's pretty big. And it's air fresheners for home. Oh, okay. How about this? Look at this. It's actually the S is more important.
Wow.
So now we're the top.
So where did you add the S? It was in that.
It was plug-in air fresheners for home instead of air freshener for home. The biggest two terms are actually plural, because I noticed that the root was missing. The plural root was missing. So I was actually able to determine that I had used the wrong plurality.
Wow.
So, and now we're number one.
Beautiful.
So we changed the essential oils keyword to a better keyword, and we added one of the most important keyword terms, search terms, like combined, right? And now you're immediately better. So it's going to be interesting to see, because we've got our master keyword lists, right? Where right now we can see how we're doing on all these keywords, which is not great. It'd be interesting. And are you tracking these with Rank Radar? These keywords?
We aren't. And we're gonna do that in another video. We have that upcoming, where you can show me how to start tracking with Rank Radar. So we're pulling in the data, SEO and regular ranking and PPC, and after this title optimization and after some PPC, see what happens.
Right. So I don't know if you see this, because I have the beta. I'm in beta with our new headline. Right. This is not live for everyone, but it'll be here to hit track keywords. Mm-hmm. And directly from here, you're going to be able to track your listing. But what I would recommend doing is going into Rank Radar and add a new tracker. Do that now, so that when we do the next call, we can go in and we can see the impact that we've had.
Got it. Okay.
Because it needs to start pulling data for you. It's going to get a baseline today. You're going to go in and change, and then you're going to immediately see the impact.
Okay, perfect. I'll get that after this video. I'll set that up.
Awesome.
All right. Do you want to just do the bullet points very quickly? I mean, I think everyone at this point gets how to do it. Let's just let's run the bullet points with AI, 30%, see what comes up. And then we need to actually write it in like a more copywriting type of way. So we're still taking advantage of SEO, but we're way more, selling the product.
Right. So you can hit just the AI copywriter, and then manually pick the keywords you want to make sure you're touching. Again, you have an active listing. So what I'm going to probably do is not hit the AI copywriter to have you go change. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take your current bullets and feed them in here and see what else it does to your ranking juice for your bullets. Right. Okay. I'm going to see what the bullets are covering that the title is not. And I might make one or two changes. Right. Because I imagine that you've got really good bullets that talk about the benefits to the buyer. Mm-hmm. So for an optimization play, for an SEO, like just going in and optimizing, I would rather feed your bullets in than just having AI try to tell me what it thinks the best benefit to the buyer, typical buyer of this product might be.
Got it. Yeah, because it's more copywriting as opposed to just SEO.
Right. And so we would go through the same process we did with the title. We can save that for another video. But what I would do is feed in your bullets into these slots. It'll tell us what we're covering and what we're not. And looks like we're going to need to hit that singular version of freshener for the top bullet for sure. And then we would make one or two changes. Again, you don't want to change too many things at once. Amazon, if it's too much, Amazon's just going to reindex your whole listing, and it'll hurt what you're already doing right. I'm excited to see the impact, man. This is a great case study.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to be taking this. I mean, I already sent the title to the guys, and I said, guys, I need you to optimize the SEO on this title like immediately. So I'm excited to see how that's going to work. And then for everyone watching this video, make sure to subscribe, because me and Brandon are going to be doing a lot more data dive videos just like this. There's going to be a lot coming on the channel. I just told Brandon before this recording that I will be doing a ton of data dive videos, just kind of breaking down each of the tools and how I personally use them. Obviously, Brandon, you developed it. You're also an 8-figure seller. I believe last time we talked, you're doing 25 million plus. So this is stress tested, right? This is not like some guy who created a software that's trying to sell it. This is some guy who created a product out of a need for himself and then shared it with all of us. So make sure to subscribe. And if you have questions, where can people find you, Brandon?
Yeah, so you can find me at sellersystems.com for education. If you guys need a community of sellers, Mina's a member of our inner circle. We've got about 1,000 sellers in there, and 400 of them are doing over $1 million, like Mina himself. So very high level community, but it's also for beginners. Like we teach you from 0 to 100 million, because you got to learn the right way. So we teach you how to find and validate and design products with AI, and how to launch them, how to do the PPC supply chain. So large sellers join to fill knowledge gaps. Newer sellers can join to find their tribe and community and learn what to do, the foundational elements of SEO and product development, branding, all the stuff that we do great. So Seller Systems is probably the best way. If people do want Data Dive, you've probably, hopefully you edit this and you put your code somewhere so people can see how to get a discount, because I've set you up to be able to give a discount to your audience.
Amazing. So I'll put all the links in the description, guys. So Seller Systems and Data Dive, are linked to go get it. Pricing's pretty affordable too. It's incredibly affordable. Yeah. Probably cheaper than a lot of the other tools that I've seen out there. So link in the description, guys. Check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.